Hello, and welcome to James, the Lesser Express Lane, where we get you in and out as fast as possible with How Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom. I'll be reviewing technically the manga and anime, but it started off as a light novel. The light novel is, wow, way ahead of where the manga and the anime is. But, what's it about? Kazuya Soma is a nice young man from Japan who's studying to become a civic worker, and he has interest in politics and history. And suddenly, he's transported to another world. Now, yes, this is a pretty common plot nowadays, but instead of being the super powerful shield hero or super powerful overlord or just a god of gods on a normal planet, he had a lot of people in this world have magic, but it's not anything extreme. He calls it a living poltergeist, where it's like, all right, you can control. Oh, I need to write a bunch of stuff down. Control 5 pens, and those pens write stuff down. Or he makes a dummy. So, like, I want to explore the world without people recognizing me. So he makes a dummy. He control the dummy remotely. Stuff like that. Like, it's nothing extreme. However, the king of Elfrieden, Albert, is like, hey, demons showed up a while ago, and those on the border with the demons that showed up, they're having issues. They made a coalition to fight against them. We didn't join it, but they're still demanding either supplies, food, weaponry, or a hero. So we summoned you. Do you have to tell them right away about me? Well, no. Well, how about... Well, before we go any further, here's the crown. Wait, what? Yeah, here's the crown. You're the king now. What the beep? Also, you can be engaged with my daughter to make your kingdom, whatever, legitimacy. Okay. What the just happened? Now, the way this show is different from most is, again, he's not some super powerful hero or god or Lich King, whatever. He's a regular guy with a little bit of magic here and there, but nothing extreme. So, how does the realist hero rebuild the kingdom? Easy. It's like, all right, give me your books. There's, you know, you need to give them money, food, stuff like that, and you're struggling there. Well, let's look at your books. Huh. This lord is paying 50 people to do a job that should only take 30 people. Oh, he's only paying 30 people. He's keeping the money from the other 20 that you requested for himself. Oh, this lord is supposed to donate this much in apples. He's only donating this much, and yet his farm, whatever, should be well more equipped for that. Oh, so there's a lot of corruption going on in the government. Yes, a lot of corruption. So, you stop paying this lord for 50 employees when he's only paying 30 and keeping the other 20 for himself. And you stop letting this lord, no, not give you what he's supposed to give you. Hey, look at that. Suddenly, we're a lot better off. Oh, what's this? You guys grow a lot of cotton, but you have food issues? Well, cotton used to be really profitable, but as more and more grew because it was so profitable, it hurt the price of the cotton. All right, well, here's what you can do. You can use the coffers you currently have to pay farmers to switch from cotton to food. Well, that's going to cost us money. Yes, but if you grow enough food, you don't need to keep buying food from other countries, do you? Instead of giving the coin to other countries to buy their food, because you're not making enough from this cotton you're selling, you pay your farmers to grow food themselves. So you stop giving your money to other countries to keep the money in your country. Now, like, oh, hey, I just got paid by the kingdom to switch from cotton to apples. Well, I got more money now. I'm going to go into town. I'm going to buy something. Well, gee, that person just sold the 10 different farmers that they wouldn't normally sell to. Well, they have money. Now they go here inside your kingdom and they buy something. So instead of all your money leaving the kingdom, it stays in the kingdom. And eventually circulates its way back up to you through taxes and stuff like that. Now, many of the lords did not like this. The army general is like, hey, lords aren't happy about this. Come to me, and I'll shield you, and we will use our funds together to raise an army and fight against this guy who usurped the crown. Spoiler, not gonna tell you. But along the way, he was initially engaged to the former king's daughter, Licia. She's very close to the army general. She's pretty powerful, both like with magic, sword fighting, and through her parents, because turns out her dad was not the king. Her mom was the queen. And she married Albert, making him the king. But because she was the royal member, he wasn't as powerful. And of course, at first she freaks out like, what did this guy do to get my father to hand over his crown like that? That's impossible. That can't be happening. But as you watch, there's 26 episodes. Technically, it's 2 seasons, but for some reason, Crunchyroll only lists it as 1. But it's actually 2 seasons, with a third one announced for late 2024. Awesome. And another thing he does is they have not really television, but they have broadcast crystals, and they have screens set up in the town square and stuff for the peasants to see. He gets on there's like, hey, if there's anyone out there who thinks that they are the best at something, come to me. We need you. If you think you're the strongest, if you think you're the best singer, if you think you're the best cook, if you think you're the best explorer, if you think you're the best whatever, come here. Or let's say you have a special skill or talent that you've never met anyone else that has that talent. Come here. If you prove to be useful, I will use you, and you'll become a member of the royal court, and you'll get paid that way. So, you have a kingdom that is struggling to feed itself. You get a guy that shows like, well, I've traveled over the world, I've ate all kinds of food that either A, isn't popular here, or could be available here, they just don't know how to cook it properly. Great. That is a very useful skill for a kingdom that can't feed itself. What do you think? Well, the fishermen, when they go out fishing, they get octopi in their nets, but they throw them away. But actually, if you do this, and this, you can cook up and fry up the octopi, be a delicious meal. Well, gee, if you do that, the fishermen can either A, keep the octopi and cook it for themselves, so they have more fish to sell because they don't have to eat the fish themselves. Or, oh hey, the octopi becomes really popular. You can now sell the octopi and the fish. Keep what you need, obviously, to feed yourself and your families, but now you have another source of income. And since they're your fishermen, you're not buying the food from somewhere else. Those fishermen get more money. Then they go, oh, I'm going to get another cloak for my daughter because winter's coming. I want to have a nice, new, warm cloak. Well, gee, that tailor just made more money. So that tailor goes to the blacksmith and says, hey, I need this. That blacksmith makes more money. And again, you keep it in the kingdom instead of giving it to another kingdom or empire. Now, one of the people that also comes to him is the best singer in all the lands. She's the daughter of the admiral of the navy. Her mom is, well, whatever siren type deal, so she's like 500 years old. Yeah, one of those. Not an elf, something else. But she's the admiral of the navy. And she initially does not side with the new king. That's right, the army general and the navy's admiral do not side with the king right off the bat because, like, hey, we're friends with Alfred. We know Alfred. Suddenly this guy usurps the crown? Actually, that's not what happened, but that's how they see it. So, getting the daughter of the admiral of the navy close to the king, I call shenanigans, but you have to watch to find out. There's a lot that goes on in this show that I thought was really interesting and different because, again, it's not about being the strong, it's not being powerful, it's not about dominating the world. It's about, alright, if we pay the farmers to not grow cotton and instead grow food, we don't have to pay other kingdoms to send us food. And hey, we grow enough food, we can send that to the empire that's demanding tribute instead of sending me. And oh hey, all these blacksmiths are getting more money from the farmers because oh hey, we need more horseshoes to plow more fields. And then they spend their money on something, and then those people spend money on something, and again, just keep it circulating in the kingdom. You tax whatever, goes back to the king. Hey, now we have the food and the money for tribute instead of sending me. And, well, we got a lot of people coming in from outside because though they're forced off their lands by the demons, they have all these people. It's like, well, what are they doing? They sit outside in the refugee camps. Okay, well, the streets are a mess. You let your horses go everywhere and they shit everywhere. What we're going to do, is we're going to take people, we're going to pay them to clean all the horse shit off the streets. Really? It's not that big a deal, is it? Not only is it gross, but it causes diseases. You clean up the city streets, hey, the people stay healthier. They stay healthier, they work more. They work more, you make more money. Money we can tax, that we can then send to the empire so we don't have to send me. And when the streets are actually clean, you go, all right, well, these 20 were the best. They cleaned the most. They cleaned the fastest, whatever. They did the best jobs. You keep them on so they continue to get paid to clean the streets. And once the streets are clean, be like, all right, people, horses do not go down these alleys. They do not go down those roads. They go here, here, and here. That way there is less to clean because they only go certain places. Like, wow, that's brilliant. What do you mean that they cause disease and illness? Isn't that a curse? No. See, there's these things called microorganisms you see under a microscope. A what? Don't worry about it. Well, that's another thing. Since he's not from their world, he's like, oh, I don't want to open up Pandora's box. Who's Pandora? Don't worry about it. It has some good humor like that of him, saying something that they don't know about because it's from his world. Or him, begging and dying and just searching for soy sauce. I thought it was pretty funny. The animation is pretty good. There's only been a couple times where I thought the animation was a little wonky. Or that animation has been good. Audio is really good. Storyline, again, I thought was good because, again, you have plenty of Isekai, however you want to pronounce it, anime and manga out there. So how do you do it differently? How do you separate yourself from all the other Isekai, whatever, anime and manga? Well, instead of being the shield hero or the overlord or the god of whatever, you're just a normal guy that just happens to be like, huh, well, you might have more water if you did this. Did what? Sewers. What? Okay, what you're going to do is, instead of people just throwing the water out wherever, you have them pour it here. It goes into these tunnels, which you can use earth mages to make. It goes through, flows into this area where there's sand. The water goes through the sand. The gross stuff does not go through the sand. So now it's already mostly clean. And then instead of paying, 30 mages to purify what water you have coming through, you need to pay 10 mages. Oh, hey, you're now saving the money of not paying 10 mages. Those 20 mages that aren't being used to purify the water, hey, though, they can go out and they can make money by healing. Like, oh, this farmer's son broke his arm. He can't go out and work the fields anymore until his arm heals. Well, hey, we cast healing magic. You pay us. Oh, look, I got even more money now. And your son gets back to work. Instead of, oh, well, I'm sorry, I can't come out and help because I gotta purify the water so we have some drinkable water. There's just small stuff like that that I probably never would have thought of. Like, oh, hey, you have earth mages, they can make tunnels under the city real easily without having to worry about collapsing anything. And then instead of paying the white mages to purify water, as many of them anyways, you do the sewer system that goes through. Hey, it's a lot cleaner. And instead of just dumping your buckets of waste outside your window, all right, these are designated places. You dump here. Once again, streets are cleaner. Streets are cleaner, the healthier. The streets are healthier, the people are healthier. The people are healthier, they work more. They work more, they make more money. Make more money, you get more tax money. You can send it to the empire instead of sending yourself. Which, again, that's why I really like this. Because instead of just all right, well, I have super powerful magic, or I'm the one person who can do all magic, or everyone else, like, I can only do fire, I can only do earth, I can only do healing. Like, I can do all of it. Like, no. He has a very simple technique of being able to puppeteer pens. It's like, all right, we need to write down all this information. I can control those pens. As I read the books, the pens automatically write down the information I read. So I can, like, write down the information from 5 different books at once. Great. That saves us a lot of time. But, well, things are going okay inside the kingdom, even though you have the army general, the admiral, the air force captain not being happy with them, and then a lot of lords not being happy with them because, like, hey, I was getting away with pocketing the payment for 20 employees that I wasn't actually paying. Now I can't. I'm on the run. Thankfully, the Army General is going to protect me. And all my stuff that I took away. You have outside issues like the Principality of Amandonia, Grand Gas Empire, Star Dragon Mountain Range, so forth. Which leads to diplomacy. Now, he was a fan of politics and history, and he read books like The Prince by Machiavelli. He uses that a lot for his inspirations. But also, like Sun Tzu, Book of War, and other stuff like that. Like, he just compiles everything that he's known from his world and uses it in the new world that doesn't know anything about it. But yeah, very interesting. I really liked it. It was just something so different from the other Isekai manga and anime that I was like, oh, I got into it. I probably finished both seasons in about 2 days. It was just that good. I was like, man, oh, let's see. Where does the show stop? The show stops here. Where does that carry over into the light novels? Oh, that's light novel volume 5 is where it ends. Oh, there's like 13 light novels out, so there's another 8 light novels I could read. But man, $8 a piece plus tax times 8, that's be like $70 to spend. Ouch. First world problems. That though, I'm gonna let you guys go. I gotta say, watch this. Thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day.